Because one thing I do know is that when delay happens, that means there's so many people that are going to be free. There are so many people that are going, that it is going down. So I get excited about delay because that means the enemy is working so hard to try to keep the girl from delivering this message. And so if you are coming on for the very first time, just y'all come on in, wherever you are. Let's go ahead and like, tag, and share wherever you are coming in at. Let me get up on all of my devices. So let's come on in. Yes, we are live. We are live. Blessings to all of you all. Trend 1961, blessings to you. I am Coach Christie. I hope y'all ready. Because it is going to be good tonight. So I'm going to give you all a few minutes because people are inboxing me. So let's make sure that we're live on Facebook, both of my Facebook pages and my YouTube channel. Let's get it started. Here we are. Yes, my insecurities kept me quiet. So I'm gonna give y'all a few more minutes and then we're going to get it going. Blessings to all of you. Lady O, blessings to you. Blessings. All right, so I want to share. I'm excited. I am excited. Yes, we're blooming. We are blooming. Thank you so much, Lady O, for sharing. Let me get over here on my Clubhouse page because I do have people that are over there. I want to keep my word. I do apologize again for my tardiness, but as you all know, whenever you are doing something for the kingdom, whenever you are doing something for the Lord, there is going to always be some type of opposition that will try to keep you from completing your assignment and doing what you have been called to do. But we are not moved at all. It said 8:30 over here. Let's change that. Because our time is now. All right, people. Let's go. All right, my Clubhouse room is open. Hello, Clubhouse. Good evening. All right, so let's get it started. Good evening, everyone that will watch this replay. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for being a part of this Women's Month. Because remember, this is Women's Month, and what we're doing this month, we are making sure that we cross over to the other side, that we cross over to what God has called us to do. We cross over to that area where God has called you and me. Because if not, the enemy will always try to keep us from moving forward and try to keep us from accomplishing our dreams, our goals, and all that he has for us. All right. I want you all to know that, and let me tell you why I am so unbothered. I do take it very serious with your time, but I want you all to know that how I am so unbothered about the difference of how it has been challenging for me to go live, challenging for me to show up for this week or this month. There has been many obstacles and situations, but let me be an encouragement to you, that when God has called you and told you to do something, don't you dare allow the enemy to keep you from moving forward, to keep you from accomplishing and doing all that he has called us to do. So, for a very short period of time, I have you all for these few minutes, and let's get started. Let's go. Hello, everyone. My name is Christie McKinney-Evans. I am Coach Christie McKinney-Evans, and I am the CEO and founder of Empire Women Ministries. I am a two-time best-selling author of resources of you building your relationship with the Father. You can go to 25press.com to obtain those resources. I am also a speaker. I am the CEO and founder of M5 Women Ministries, where we encourage and empower women to walk in their purpose and to remind them that they are chosen in ministry, marriage, motherhood, mentoring, management, and now we have added mindset and the marketplace. If you would like to connect, go to 25press.com for resources, or if you would like to come together and we partner together, you can go to christiemckinneyevans.com. Remember, in this season, you must nurture her. And what does that mean? That means you're going to empower her, equip her, educate her, and also encourage her. I am Coach Christie McKinney-Evans, and thank you for allowing us to serve you. Remember, when you nurture her, you're able to serve everyone else. And never forget to pray for her. All right. That's my little commercial that I wanted to share with you all. And we are ready to get this party going. Are y'all ready? All right, let's go. All right, I want to say welcome to all of you all that are here and those that are here for such a time as this. Let's talk about it. For such a time as this, for those that are here. And I want you all to know that as we are preparing for, this is week 2 of, let me turn my music on. This is week 2. Got balloons going on over here because I just put my fingers up. This is week 2 where, thank you, Lady O. This is week 2 where our week 2, we are talking about my insecurities kept me quiet. I don't know about you, but I've found out that our insecurities start at a very young age. And in that, it causes us to sometimes not be able to walk in what God has called us to do. It causes us to delay what He has promised us. It causes us to feel insecure. It causes us to act a certain way where we're like, well, Lord, you sure you called me? And we're always second guessing because, and sometimes it doesn't just start at adults. It sometimes start as children. It depends on how you were raised and the things that you might have experienced. It starts there. And we are in this season that I am determined that I want to encourage women globally that we are no longer going to be silent. We are no longer going to allow the enemy to steal from us, because as I was meditating and preparing, I asked the Lord, I said, so I'm learning every single day. I'm learning. Thanks for tagging, Lady O. I'm learning every single day, every hour, every moment, because if I don't conquer and dominate and overtake, subdue this thing that keeps trying to keep me silent, what happens is it passes on to my children's children's children. What is it that has kept you quiet, kept you silent, that you have not been able to move forward? You have not been able to say, you know what? I know God told me this. I know He promised me this. I know that He said that I am well able. I know. So we know all of these things, but what happens, we hear these voices and we hear the enemy trying to tell us that you can't do it. Who told you that? I know you all, some of you may remember, it's that little thing that sits on the shoulders in the cartoons. And it may be in this left ear or in this right ear, whichever one, but it keeps us from moving forward. Let's go. So Mama thing did. Okay. I just want to say welcome and happy Women's Month. How about that? All right, so let's talk about the March crossover. The March crossover was created to expose the enemy who's stealing our promises from us as women and to effectively communicate the essence of your crossover. You all remember with the children of Israel, voices from overtime. Yes, Lady O, from overtime, that thing keeps going and going like the ever ready bunny. It just keeps going and going and going. And it's at every level. It's at every level. So the March crossover was created to expose the enemy who's stealing our promises from us as women to effectively communicate the essence of your crossover. We're trying to get to the other side. I don't know about you, but I'm trying to get to the next phase on what God has told me. I'm trying to get to the next phase of what He has promised. I'm trying to get over there. I know you've seen the promise. I know you've seen where God said, well, I showed you the vision, and I'm trying to let you know. Hey, Asia. Hey, Morgan. I'm trying to let you know that thing, yes, Nicole, that is familiar spirits and they hinder. And if we don't conquer those things, those spirits, if you read Deuteronomy 7, as I told you all last week, if you read Deuteronomy 7, you know that when God told them, when you, the land that I've promised you, when you get over there, there will be some giants there. So he didn't say that they weren't going to show up. He didn't say that you were going. He already told us. He said, "Oh, but don't worry about it. I got you. I got you." But if I don't handle these demons and these spirits that keep trying to keep me out of my promised land, what will happen is, what happens to my children? What happens to my seed? Because I did not have the tools, the solutions, the strategies for me to conquer, subdue, and have dominion. The March crossover is create it creates a sense of retaliability by acknowledging the challenges and barriers that can delay the pursuit of dreams and visions God has given you and me. We want to look this demon, this spirit, this mountain, this Philistine devil, this Hittite, Jebusite, Amorite, we want to look them in the face and we want them to know that we are crossing over to the promised land, that we are crossing over to get what God has told us. We are crossing over. I know you have your journals. I know you have all of your the things that God has given you. You've written them down, but we keep silent. Why? Yeah, we're going to destroy this thing. That's what we're here for. All right. Okay. All right. So the personal reflection of this, let me make sure it doesn't go. My personal experience with insecurities and how they have affected my ability to speak or to pursue certain opportunities. My personal experience, it comes from childhood, it comes from being bullied as a little girl, it comes from me not knowing my identity, it comes from the things that I experienced from my divorce. So you see, that thing just it follows you. It follows you and it makes you feel like, oh my goodness, why can I not get over this thing? Nicole says people have to be reconditioned to believe that they are more than a conqueror. That's exactly why we are showing up, Nicole. That's exactly why. Because if we don't, again, it goes to that thing shows up in our children and our children and our children's children's children. So we have to expose this enemy. We have to have these conversations because we will see the same things in our children as well as what we have not accomplished, that we have been fighting ourselves. The other thing is we're sharing specific instances where I felt silent due to insecurities. As I said, after I thought I had accomplished so many things, but once I went through my divorce, and we're going to really target in on that on the last Tuesday of this month, because so many other things come up in that. That is your, ooh, you're not feeling confident about you. You feel like you're ugly. You feel like no one loves you. There's so many other things that come up in your insecurities. All right. So comparison with others. That's one of the things that we do. We compare ourselves with other people. We compare, and we'll say, well, I don't feel qualified in that area. I feel like they know more than me. I feel like they can do more than me. I feel like they look better than me. I feel like they have a better life. Their life is better than me. Okay, let's stop. Let's expose this enemy. The Bible tells us that we are created in his image and in his likeness. The Bible says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. The Bible says that we are a chosen generation, royal priesthood, holy nation, peculiar people. He's called us, anointed us, and appointed us for such a time as this. So what we have to do, again, we have to have tools, solutions, and strategies that are going to make sure that we do not allow the enemy to keep playing with our minds, to keep bringing up that you're the ugly duckling. Oh, you're the one that no one liked. Oh no, you're the one that they talk about so much. Or you feel like, do you know that that thing will even show up even as adults? That thing will show up as when you're in different settings and make you feel like, girl, you're not the one. You thought it was you. No, mm-mm. If we don't know who we are in him, the enemy will keep stealing the promise. And when I have something that has happened to me that brings trauma, now I'm really having issues with my insecurity, because now those voices will say it's your fault. I told you you were ugly. I told you that did no one love you. I told you that your nose was big. I told you that your eyes was buck. I told you that you were overweight. And so all those things, if we don't deal with them, will keep us from the promised land. And can I tell you this? It still does not stop your promise. It still does not stop the promise. Hey, Pastor Deborah, it still doesn't stop. Yep, thank you, Morgan. There's an open door. And so that's why we're exposing this thing. And that's why when it was time for me to come on and I was having technical difficulties, I laughed because I said, oh, so you people are really, do y'all know that I almost didn't even do this? But God said, oh no, you're going to do this every Tuesday. So I had to redo the whole entire calendar for the month of Tuesday because God says, I want you to show up. I want you to show up because I have need of you. I have need of every woman that's going to watch. I have need of every woman who says it doesn't, and it doesn't even matter the age, because we were born with the gifts and the talents that God promised us. And the world needs what you carry. The world needs to hear your voice. The world needs to hear that you are the one that has been called, anointed, appointed for such a time as this. Now, we're going to discuss the dangers of comparison and encourage women to focus on their unique journey, celebrating their own progress. There is a journey that God has for you and me. There is a path that he has for you and me. Remember the man on the side of the pool? He's laid there for 38 years. And when Jesus came to him and told him, take up your bed and walk. So he'd been sitting there all that time. I am the clarion call, the voice to tell you it's time for you to get up. It's time for you to cross over. If you don't know what the tools, the solutions, and the strategies are, I guarantee you, by the time we're done, by week 4, you're going to have what you need to move to the next phase. All right, Liz, come on. Self-doubt. Ooh, y'all, let me tell y'all about this one. Here's another one. This insecurity of self-doubt. Feeling uncertain about their abilities and doubting whether they can successfully achieve their dreams. Let me say it again for those that will listen to the replay. Doubt, self-doubt is another insecurity. feeling uncertain about the abilities and the doubting whether they can successfully achieve their dreams. We begin to say, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I'm qualified. I don't know. We talk ourselves out of the dreams and for a long period of time, because I'm telling on Christy. For a long period of time, I did not dream. And I thought it was normal. Now I had visions, but I did not dream. And I had to be delivered because what had happened was I kept looking, I wasn't believing that God could really call me. What's up, woman of God? Congratulations on your business. I kept believing that God didn't call me. And I was wondering, like, girl, why you not dreaming? Everybody was dreaming, but I wasn't dreaming. I'm a full grown adult, a mommy in ministry, but I wasn't dreaming because the enemy had stolen that part and I had to go get my stuff. So let me say to you, for you, and you, we're here to expose the enemy. We're here for us to cross over because the dreams, the vision, and visions and goals that God has set before us, we have to conquer, we have to subdue, we have to dominate, we have to take over. Why? Because God said, for such a time as this, the time is now. Now, sharing stories of overcoming self doubt and provide affirmations and mindset shifts, strategies to boost confidence. This is what I want you all to do. If you don't have a circle of people that you can share your overcoming self doubt with, and one of the things I truly believe in is affirmations. That you get in the mirror and say that I am the apple of his eye. I am the chosen one. That I am created in his image and in his likeness. That he knows every hair that's on my head. Now we're shifting our mindsets because he said, whatsoever, the Bible says, whatsoever man thinketh, so is he. Now, here's this other one, financial concerns. This is another part of insecurity. I'm worried about financial stability and the impact of pursuing dreams on the family's financial situation. I know you have the dreams and goals and things that you have already, but I want you all to know that when God has given us the that dream, that vision, that goal, what I want you to remember is the Bible says that he says, I will supply your every need. The works of your hands is blessed. Wealth and riches is in your home. We have to confess his word in order for us to conquer and cross over to the other side. So do not let finances stop you from moving toward your vision, moving toward the goal. Provide practical financial planning tips. Showcase success stories of moms who have navigated financial challenges and emphasizes the importance of well thought out plan. The enemy would try to, that's why if he keeps us silent, no one will know that you have overcome a thing. And back in the day, and for those that are watching, we would talk about how the Bible says you will win them over by your testimony. You got to tell somebody because people will sit on the sideline for so long and forget that, wait, when you did not have, I have a whole many stories on how I started 7-8 years ago. But for many years, I thought the reason why I couldn't is because of financial stability. It was an insecurity thing. I didn't have the finances for it. But when you have a relationship with the Father, he would begin to tell you how you can get it done. So that is my broadcast for tonight. The insecurities that tried to keep me quiet. We are no longer going to shut our mouths. We are no longer going to allow the enemy to steal from us. We are no longer going to keep going back and forth with those Philistine demons, devils. Just call it what it is, because God has called all of us and He has need of you. So, whatever it is He has called you to do, don't you dare sit on the sideline. If you're trying to figure out how am I going to get through to that, stay tuned. Next week, why I almost believed the lie. I almost believed it. But someone had to open their mouth and share, just as I'm doing today. And so, for all of you all that are here, I want you to know that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. There's no need for you to sit on the sideline. There's no need for you to say that I don't know what to do, how to do it. There's no need. Mm-mm. If there's anything or any services that you need from Coach Christie McKinney-Evans, you can go to my website. I am building a women's community, which I have been doing M5 women ministries for over 7 years. This my season of elevation. Yes, 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 and yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. Thank you so much, Pastor. This is our season for elevation. It's next level. And do not think that there are people who may say, well, what is it that you did? Help someone. The Bible says that when you have overcome, go back and encourage, pick up and go get the other one, that other woman, that woman that you may see every single day, that is she's in her shell because she does not have anyone. You are more than welcome. She doesn't have anyone that will speak life into her. I'm showing up for myself. And when we show up for us, let me tell you about those that are watching. There are so many that are watching. So, no, if we don't do it for anyone else, do it for your children's children, because they have need of you. This is Coach Christie. And check my website out later tonight, because there will be a link there so that you can get on the waiting list, because I will be sharing the M5 Women Ministries community that we are building, because God has need of all of us. All of us. I appreciate you too. And for all of those that are watching the replay, let me say thank you so much as we continue to celebrate Women's Month. And I'll see you all later. Be blessed. Bye. All right,